Hey there, everybody. Undead Man 360 here. I'm still on the Fortune Farm. I'm kind of jazzed after talking about the homestead thing, so I'm going to kind of keep talking about that. It really is my passion project. Finding people to finance it to help me finance it has been a little bit of a it's the networking part is what I'm dealing with. So, like building on Facebook and such, I'm trying to find like-minded people that have also knowledge. Because when I'm not doing all these other random things to build the channel and then like get this idea out there to help people, because like if I'm very frank, like I could travel with like a tent and not need anything because I have enough knowledge that like I could just go do whatever the heck I wanted to and like live off the land, foster the land, and not have to have that piece of land. But like I want to do stuff for people. Like I have the knowledge, I have the ability. I want to do stuff for people. Like I want to make people's lives better because I've experienced some of the worst stuff in life. Um, I'm not gonna get too much into that. I've seen I've seen how the world can be, and I also understand how to make the world better. Make some mayo. Nope, you are not big chickens yet. Robin may be done with that chicken coop. May need to make a trip down to Marnie's. Yep, chicken coop's done. Okay, I need to go to Marnie's and I need to go to Robin's. There's no eggs in here because... Did I already get the eggs? I may have already gotten the eggs. Alright, how much... I need stone. The chicken coops are 300 wood and 100 stone. So I got that. I'm just shy on the wood. It's fine. I'll buy what I'm missing to get the greenhouse going. That's the chicken coop. See, okay, so back to what I was saying. So I also talk a lot about helping out the community, so like blessing boxes and such. What I would do, it's a little bit awkward to put like canned goods and such in there. Or I mean like if you can something yourself to put it in a blessing box. Oh. Oops. I forgot I picked up where I left off from the other video. I should have gone in talked to Robin then. So I talk about like blessing boxes. So like that was loud. So like items for I talk about stuff for the blessing boxes. Like in the winter, putting gloves and such in there is an excellent idea. Candles. People who don't have a place to shelter. I mean, you can go to the dollar store and get like a whole bunch of those. Why did the sound get so crazy? Give me just a moment. All the sound go down. Okay. So, like even going to the dollar store and getting like a bunch of tarps and placing them in there, that would provide some kind of shelter for people. Dollar store has like the cooking grate things. Like a big thing would be like the Leatherman multi-tools like that. Like I've been on the street. I've been in the woods. It's I know what people need, and like the little frying pans from dollar store. For me, like I like to go to thrift stores and find the stuff, and um, like if it's something that I've I'm that guy that's like, okay, instead of me throwing this away, can I uh, reuse? Can I recycle, reuse, or uh, bless somebody with it? So, like, if I have a frying pan and I'm done with the frying pan, maybe there's a scratch in the bottom of the frying pan. Who knows? Maybe that's an issue, or maybe, hey, just need a bigger frying pan because I want to make bigger pancakes because the universe loves pancakes. That was one of the first things after my head injury. It was one of the first things that I was actually cognitive on. I was like, hey, universe loves pancakes. Um, and so like for where somebody else that has the money and is able to get that frying pan because that scratch in the bottom might be a minor annoyance, that instead of that frying pan being like, okay, well that's trash, put it in the blessing box, clean it, put it in the blessing box, because like it's all well and fine to put the canned vegetables and stuff in there for people that need it, but sometimes people are coming from places where they have absolutely nothing. So finding a frying pan in there, along with something to cook on, like that's that's a huge hand up. Um, like because you can use frying pans over campfires and such. Um, and then like I mean, what was I doing? I'm gonna go to bed. Um, double harvest the forage items. I can't remember. All right, so one gives me has a chance of getting two for each one, and then the other one gives me more wood, and then I don't remember what the upgrade is for the forester. So at level 5, you'll be presented with two options in the game. Or in the game at level 5, you'll have like two options for that specific skill. The gatherer profession, I think that goes double harvest of items, and then it's like harvest items are always purple quality. Now, if I was gonna do like have the truffle pigs, because you can build barns also and get pigs that find truffles. Um, those truffles would be purple quality, and that would actually be like they sell for a lot. And a happy pig will find two truffles a day. So yes, that would be good, but I think I'm gonna go with the forester for now, just because I don't want to have to spend the money on the wood, so that I can uh, keep building the chicken coops and build that money up. On my Facebook channel, I also post frugal meals. So it actually is stuff that you would find in the blessing box, and like at dollar stores and such. Because for me, it is finding ways to not have to spend money, and without like having to like beg, borrow, and steal kind of thing. Because like for the blessing boxes, I'll check the blessing box here in town, but I also put stuff in the blessing box here in town. So if I have a surplus, I put items in. If I need something, or like if I go check out the like say tomorrow I go check out the blessing box. I'll probably go down there with a couple cans of chicken noodle soup, and see if there's something I can swap that out for, like various recipe type of things. And the chicken noodle soup is actually easier for some meals than other meals. Well, like the church here in town, I'm gonna actually be volunteering to help them with the food drives and such, to work on the networking for the Hopeful Homesteads to get that rolling. But yes. Because for me, it's like I know how to do this stuff. So since I know how to do, though, it's like I know how to do it and I know how to teach it too. Like explain the different components and how all of them work together in order to create the bigger thing from it. The bigger picture. I should have dropped those eggs off in the what you call it. Mayo machines, but construct farm buildings. Build me another chicken coop, please. Boop, boop. So see, I already have, okay. The other one, it's going to take me a second to get things really rolling. Like, that's why I started with the chicken coop to begin with. Like, with trying to target everything for the community center, money ends up getting tied up in having to check the traveling merchant, where the stuff is way overpriced. So, like, that cabbage seed I'm looking for may actually be like 2,000 gold. Whereas I might go to buy it in spring of year two. Spring? Summer? I forget what season it is. I think it's summer. In summer of year two, where it's a lot cheaper, or is that, I don't remember where I get the red cabbage seed from. But basically, it's a lot harder. Instead of like being like, okay, well, I'm going to work my butt off, because that's actually what I'm trying to do in real life. Like, I'm trying to do all these various different things to get the bits and pieces of the money in to start this idea. So, okay, and it's like this. So, the stuff, the money I get in from doing these various things, I buy camping gear stuff, and I buy things where I can grow things in the house and such. Currently, with it being winter, like the seeds I tried to start growing currently didn't sprout correctly, so I'm kind of waiting for it to get a little bit warmer, because the room that I have to grow the seeds in, like, there's like a room in this house, and they've and he's given me liberty to turn that little area into a greenhouse, but it's colder in there currently, so I'm thinking that's why my seeds aren't germinating as well. So I'm kind of waiting for a little bit warmer weather, and then I will actually be doing like kind of like an Earthship home type of thing with this. With the home I'm currently in, because he's a good guy. And I need to remember to turn off notifications when I'm recording, because people don't want to listen that I am doing stuff. Give me just a moment. Okay. All right, so back at it. Um, let me see what she's got. Telephone. The telephone, like you can call uh, the stores, get prices on stuff. There's like a couple different things you can do with the telephone. I don't really need the telephone, but what was I saying? So, like the stuff I currently purchase is to do videos for camping, which is what I would do on the homestead. So it's like the money I'd be getting in, um, I'd be buying a solar panel because then I'd be using that on the homestead. Uh, the camping gear because I'd be using that on the homestead. Various tools because I'd be using it on the homestead. So like I that's how passionate I am about this. Um, and like just helping lift other people up is is my jam. Like whether it's like sitting and listening to somebody who's having a hard time, or simply being like that friend that's like, hey, I've I've seen a lot in my life, and maybe I can help you find a way to improve your outlook on things. And uh, so that's kind of why I am so passionate about it. Is it? One of my favorite stories ever is about this person he's living on the street, and he has these pencils in a tin can, and um, he has pencils for sale for $1, and he like people will come up and they'll just give him money. They won't take a pencil. They'll give him the money. Um, but then somebody comes up and there's a businessman who comes up and he's like, he gives him the $1 and he takes the pencil, and each day he gives him $1 and he takes a pencil, and so the guy actually takes that money and reinvests it, knowing that that customer's coming every day to buy that pencil. And one day he asks him, he's like, hey, he's like, I noticed you buy this pencil every day. He's like, why is that? And he's like, well, because for me, you're a businessman. You have a pencil there. It's $1. I'm buying a pencil from you. So this continuously goes on for a while. And then one day the guy is just gone. So the businessman is like, well, dang. Like, I wonder what happened to him. And then one day the man finds him and he's like, hey, I just wanted to let you know how much you changed my life. He goes, you took it from I was a person that had no hope to turning me into a businessman, and I opened up my own newsstand. So now I have all these various things that I sell in this newsstand, and like he opened up his own shop and then just started selling stuff in the shop. And so I mean it's helping people change their mind, like helping people change their outlook on life. Purchase animals, chickens. Okay, that's what I needed to buy. Chickens. I mean, hey, like if I'm naming chickens and like you donate $1 to me, I'll name a chicken after you, if you like. Okay, so garlic, blah blah blah, paprika, sage. Purchase animals, chicken. coriander. Um, so, uh, oh, and part of it would be I would be working with like the local churches and the local homeless shelters um, to help people get to get them like, hey, they may be in the homeless, kind of like that same concept of the businessman buying that pencil from the guy every day. It'd be like, hey, I go to the homeless shelter and I say, hey, look, I have this land. I want to build these things on this land. Um, and for me, it's like it wouldn't matter if they don't know how to do it because I just I'd help them learn how to do it because I already know how to do it. So like for me, it's like show up and I'll show you how to do it. Like that's kind of how I feel about that. Ranch. But also, like, there would be one homestead. Like, I've had a lot of people in my life, and some of the stuff hasn't worked out too well with some of the people. And it's where I don't bear anybody any ill will. Like, I just, like, stuff happened to me, and I survived it, and, like, in surviving it, I realized that there's more to life than what was like the rat race. Dill. Oh, okay. That's all the chickens then. Wait, no. Right? Yep. Building's full. Building's full. Building's full. Okay, yeah, that's all the chickens. Um, but all like, and then so it's like giving people a job. Like it's not only like giving them a home, but it's also giving them a job. Like, hey, look. Oh, mixed flower seeds. Okay, so those are new. Grow random flowers. That's cool. I learned a lot of this stuff from my grandparents. Uh, like how to survive with, or not survive, like thrive on pretty much like with minimal effort. And then people can pursue their dreams. Like if they want to become a doctor, I mean, you don't have to go get a job to work because you have your food, water, safety, shelter, and like you can spend literally your entire time studying for your doctorate. Lawyers, tech guys, like it frees up time to pursue these things to get better like medical staff out there. Like, do you know how many, like for me, like my dream is to do the homestead thing, but I mean on the homestead you'd have people that are like medically trained, so like a like first someone trained in first aid and such. And I mean in that too, I mean, think of it like this too. If you have on your homestead, you have somebody who's studying law, somebody who's studying to be a doctor, somebody who's studying agriculture, and so on and so on. And each person pursuing their strengths. Um, like you'd have somebody studying welding and blacksmithing and prefabrication and electrical work because you'd have the solar panels, and then at some point you'd want to maximize the solar panels. Like I have the knowledge to teach these people how to, like, anybody who wants to show up to do this. I have the knowledge to teach them how to do it. Um, I gotta get that piece of land first, though. And as far as like camping supply, or what I call camping supplies, it'd be like I should call it homesteading supplies. Got a 6-person tent. I have an axe. I find a lot of stuff. So I like in my town. I also go through the town and I'll pick up trash and such, like in Stardew Valley. Uh, uh, and I'll go through town. I'll pick up trash and like I save anything that is like a piece of string on the ground. Like, oh, okay, well, that piece of string that some uh, like baling wire or like baling twine. Random stuff like that. I save that because once I get the homestead, I'm not going to have to buy any of that string because I'm going to have the string already. Um, and like like small glass bottles, like the alcohol bottles, like the mini bottles, where people will drink them and they'll toss them to the side. I save those because I'm going to clean those, and then I can have little bottles full of maple syrup. Because then, when you get to the land, you tap any of the maple trees, and then you have where you get the like. I'm just saying, Stardew Valley. Whew. So I've kind of talked about the homesteading thing for a little bit here. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video in the background while I've been discussing this. If you do want to donate to it, if you want to shoot me a message or comment on the video and say, hey, I want to hear more about this, I may actually do a video of just like laying out the blueprints and stuff that I have currently to showcase what I mean. I may do that sooner than later. Um, in that too, like I have a book that I'm working on where it's like what you would need to carry in your pack if you wanted to just start walking across America. What items you would need in your pack, and what type of gear you would need, and it actually provides resources for where to get the gear, because some, like the small towns have, well, and some of the larger, I guess some of the cities do too. I haven't. It's been a long time since I've been to a larger city. I'm not a big fan of the larger cities, but it lists resources. Uh, it's like instead of saying, "Hey," what's that one Phil Collins song where it's like, uh, tell get a job, you slob, was his reply, or the uh, that's just the way that's just the way it is. That song, that's just the way it is. I don't like, no, like it. That doesn't have to be that way. Um, like if I've had where, and I'm not talking myself up. It's like teaching, like so people understand. Um, I've had where in my travels I saw somebody that was sitting, and they were homeless, like they were sitting there, and I walked up to them and gave them a cheeseburger, and I said, because I felt, I talk a lot about spirit, and it, it's it's really hard to explain some of the stuff, but and I don't, I try to apply it practically, the things that I experience. But I saw the guy sitting outside of uh, a place, and I walked up to him. I gave him a cheeseburger, and I said, I said, something told me to give you this, or no, not a cheeseburger. I gave him $10. I walked up to him, gave him $10, and I said, something has told me to walk up, give you this $10, and tell you that everything is going to be okay. Now that's what my heart felt, was he needed money, but he also needed that uplifting word where it's like, no, like here's $10, go, like it's hey, here's $10, and it's going to be okay. I'm giving you the $10 because I care, not because I think you need it. I care. The look on this guy's face was just like he didn't have a friend in the world. And in that moment, I was able to be someone who saw him and offered him a hand up. And that's what for me, it's like wanting to lead by example in that, while dealing with all my other mental issues from the head injury. And I don't trauma dump, but I've seen some stuff in my life. I've had just there's other. I don't talk. I choose to talk about the solutions, not the problems. Like I'm aware of the problems. I know all the problems. I'm instead of a lot of people will play victim. Instead, I'm like, hey, like this is how we fix this. This is how we keep this from ever happening again. Let those chickens out. Actually, I am going to keep going on this video. I mean, even like, I mean, I know I use Stardew Valley as a reference a lot, but it's not wrong. Like, he inherits the farm from his grandfather, and then, like, I mean, look at this. So if we converted it to real dollars, every 3 days I make $211. Yeah, $211. I mean, that's. Oh, can I cut that down yet? No, I can't. I mean, that's if I translate the gold into like the coins, each coin into 1 cent, then yeah, every 3 days I make $211. I mean, realistically, I'm not going to be growing strawberries that quickly on the farm, but I won't be spending $211. I'll be having crops and such, and canning the food and such, where I won't be spending the money. Like, okay, and it'd be like, I mean, it's just like the like people who have been on home, they wouldn't be spending the money either. It'd be like just finding a simpler way of life and then pursuing those goals of, hey, I want to be a doctor. Hey, I want to be a lawyer. Hey, I want to be a rocket scientist, and now I can spend every moment of my life studying math. Hey, I want to find out the mysteries of the universe, so I'm going to research all these various things. And instead of it being where people feel like they're having to give their lives away in order to make ends meet. Plus, I mean, you spend more time with your family. I can't tell you how much that has been an issue for me in my life, where I didn't get to spend time with my family and things went south because I was working my butt off. I've had jobs where I've worked 100 hours a week just to get that overtime paycheck, just to have it taxed all to hell. Okay, I'm not going to get political here. I'm not getting political. We're talking about fixing it. We're talking about a different way. We're not talking about the problem. Ooh, I found a shirt. T-shirt. Inspired by the popular beverage. Interesting. I'll go put that in my dresser. Honestly, like, a lot of it's just restoring peace to it's just providing a place of peace. I mean, when people have where they don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, if they're going to have rent, if they're going to have the mortgage payment, if they're going to have whatever things, like when they don't have to worry about it anymore, it opens up those opportunities for like people to I call it recovering from the human experience, to actually take a look at themselves and be able to have that moment of reflection. Like in my life, I've had very angry people, and for me, I've looked at these people, I'm like, oh, hearing their story, I'm like, I see why you're angry, because your parents were angry, and your grandparents were slightly less angry because they were able to. Grandma reused that tinfoil 10 times, and they had the victory gardens. I mean, that was one thing that has perplexed me. It's like we got rid of people stopped growing victory gardens, and it was like, why? That doesn't even make any sense. They wanted to spend their time doing other things. They wanted to go to work, and then on the homestead, I mean, if somebody wanted to be a teacher and then be on the homestead, they could be a homestead teacher, build a schoolhouse, a little house on the prairie, everything, or the Waltons, boom, there you go. I'm not saying we need to. A halibut frenzy has begun at the beach. Okay, never had that. Do I have my fishing pole? I think my fishing pole's in the cave. Alright, well, I'm not going to go do that. That's interesting, though. But I mean, and also, did somebody just text me that? Is that what that is? Like, hey, Willie here. Bunch of fish out here. But the recycling machine. To me, that's like a 3D printer right there. Because if I put the sunglasses in there, I get this. Or the broken glasses in there, I get something I can use. Refined quartz, that's what it's called. Where I can turn that into something else that I need it to be. So, I mean, if we want to, I mean, okay, I'll get a little bit more political here. We want to make America great again. That's one of the ways we do it. We reinstill uh, self sufficiency in people. Well, just okay. Okay, I'm going to take 2 seconds to be political. What it is reinstilling the basics in people of how to survive, and then using those basics, because like I teach classes on this too, like because I'd be like, hey, this is how you cut $200 off your grocery bill a week, or hey, this is how you uh, earn money passively, earn money actively. Creating value while maintaining dignity. Because I mean, that's part of it too, is restoring dignity to people. Dignity being like, nobody like any never mind. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna get preachy. I mean, but think about it. Like, there's if you I'll take a second. So, like, if, like, say your kid wants to be a doctor. Well, you don't have, like, they can specialize in that. They can just start studying the stuff to become a doctor. First aid first. They can become a first responder. And, uh, like, they can have enough. For me, it's understanding that they can study enough to have that knowledge where they can take the whatever time it would be to become a doctor, take an accelerated program where instead of spending what 18 the first 18 years of life are split up between daycare and school, like high school. Instead of that, you teach everybody the basics. Hey, this is basic arithmetic, how to read, how to write, different languages. And then they spend the rest of their time focusing on their specialization. So if they want to become a doctor, if they want to become a lawyer, if they want to do these things. So later on in life, it's not like, oh, well, now I'm a doctor, but I have, I'm going to have to spend the first 20 years of my life paying off my student loan debts. Instead, it's, oh, I'm a doctor after 4 years because when I got there, I already knew everything. I just needed to do the practical application of these things. So, like, that improves the education system. And then that improves the quality of doctors we have out there, because then they're pursuing their passion. It's not, oh, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to make all this money. It's if they want to be a doctor from a young age, it's like, okay, yes, okay, here you go. Like, here's what I have on first aid first, and then building bricks from there. So yeah, okay. That has been a kind of not really a Stardew Valley video, more of a the Hopeful Homesteads video. I hope this helped people kind of understand what I'm about. But this has been Undead Man 360. Yeah, Undead Man 360. Like, that's why I'm Undead Man 360. Like, I've survived a lot. So I appreciate you listening to me if you've listened for the video, and I will see you in the next one. If you do have any questions, feel free to comment. I'm more than glad to talk about this for hours on end. Like, I really am. And I'm the process I'm currently working with. So, have a good day.